Hi, it's me, Vamp, and let's do a quick review of Titania. Now, Titania by default, her aura is, of course, a V polarity, and she has a D polarity and a V polarity. I added this extra D, so that doesn't come with her by default. As you guys know, Titania is Queen of the Fairies, just like Oberon is King of the Fairies. But enough about that. As you can see from the build, from the stats, she is pretty squishy. At max, her health and shield are 300 each. You know, her armor stays 65. She's definitely a caster frame. She doesn't have the worst power for caster frame, but she doesn't have the best. She's no vault when it comes to power strength. Um, but yeah, let's look at her abilities, shall we? First ability, Spellbind. Enemies fumble their weapons as they are whisked into the air. Nearby allies become immune to status effects. Now, the range for your allies, I believe it's 50, and the ability radius is 5. I could be wrong on that, but either way, it's not very consistent in my opinion. I don't know if you guys have done the second dream yet, but if you guys do, you know your 5 does that one thing where your operator comes out to be a Warframe. At this time, or yeah, Spellbind does the same thing actually. It's just you can't move around like you can with your Warframe. Now, her two is called Tribute. It actually, what it does is, whenever you use it on the enemy, it kind of pushes their soul out of their body, if you will. And, debuffs them for damage, of course, or whatever their soul was taken out of them. And you and your companions can pick up that buff. At this time, I'm not 100% sure what it does. I'll post a link in the description to Titania if I remember to. And you can look at what those buffs do exactly. It's a pretty cool ability. The damage isn't all that great, of course, but you get a free buff, so why not? Third ability, Lantern. Creates a swarm of razor flies that transform an enemy into an irresistible floating, excuse me, floating beacon, attracting witless comrades and flying and finally exploding. Okay, so what this would do is it would turn one of the enemies into a lantern. That enemy will basically be immune to all damage, but you can push him around if you want. And any of his allies, which are your enemies, that are close enough to him, they will be attracted to him and they will get slowly get destroyed by your butterflies. And finally, when the ability either runs out or when you press it again, explode. The enemy that is affected, as well as nearby enemies, will also explode. The fourth ability is okay. I have mixed feelings about it. It's very fun to use. I'm not gonna lie. It's very fun to use. But at the same time, really, it's more of a, yeah, definitely a fun factor. I mean, there are some things that flying gives you a clear advantage because she actually shrinks down and takes flight into her own little archwing that she has, which, yes, it's fun, yes, it's useful in some scenarios. Fortunately, she had more evasion, they can't hit her as much. She's a lot smaller. Like I said, fun to use. If you suck at parkouring, then Titania is definitely the frame for you. Watch out on your energy though, because once you run out of energy, you're just going down. Now she is a fun frame. The 4 is good. Oh, and I did mention Archwing. So what happens is her melee and melee and primary, they have special Archwing versions of them that come out. The Archwing primary is affected by your own primary mods, and your Archwing melee is affected by your own melee mods. It's pretty cool all in all, and just like with the Archwing primary, you'll have unlimited ammo in it, so it's pretty cool. And you can still use all 3 of your other abilities while in that mode, if it makes it better. So that is pretty cool. The only downside is, I don't know if this is a bug, or this is only for console or what, but you do not have any of your sentinels while you're in Archwing mode. So no carrier. I don't know about Kavats or Kubros, haven't really tested it out, but no carrier while in this Archwing mode, as I call it. Oh yeah, and before I forget, her passive ability. Bullet Jump creates a trampoline that enhances bullet jump maneuvers when used by allies. So yeah, her bullet jump is better. It gives a buff for everyone else's bullet jump to be better. So yeah, she definitely gives buffs. She's a caster frame, for better or worse. She's extremely squishy, unfortunately, but overall, like I said, she is a fun frame. Is she going to be a deciding factor in most things that you do, most levels and stuff? Is she going to be better than every other frame out there? No, she is not. Is she going to excel at some things? Yes, she is. Because this game wasn't designed around a flying frame. This is the first flying frame that gives her a big advantage over any of the other frames when it comes to that. So you can cheat certain things at this time. So she's a fun frame, she's not necessary. There's other frames that could, possibly do certain things in certain situations. Mm-hmm. Is she better than Oberon? I think she is. She's a lot more fun to use in my opinion. Her passive is actually somewhat useful. And yeah, overall, I would have to say Titania is a good frame. Why don't we look at the price? The price for her in the market is, let's see, Warframe Titania. 275, which includes a slot and a reactor. You can buy the blueprint itself from here, but how you get Titania herself is through a quest. I'll leave the details in the description below. And yeah, there's also an alternate helmet, as you can see, and it did mention a bundle, so I may as well show you guys that. Silver Grove bundle includes Titania, her alt helmet, affinity booster, credit booster, bullet dance stance, the Sandana. It's a little infested Sandana, if you will. And of course, Pox and Serpa, so it includes both a secondary and a melee, so I guess that's not too bad. I just noticed it includes 2 weapons. That is pretty okay. So yeah, that is Titania. I recommend doing the quest. The quest, it's not too bad. You'll see. You'll have to farm for her. But yeah. Oh, and one more thing. Stance. She has a unique stance to every other frame. She's floating, as you can see. She has a noble floating stance and an agile floating stance. I personally like the noble floating stance, but not only that, but it's like, for example, you can put it on other frames, any frames you want. Like, we have a rhino here. This rhino will work. Let's see. Titania Noble stance. So we have a rhino that's floating like that. But say we don't want Titania Noble stance. We can MNOPST. We could do her agile stance also. So yeah, that is just, can you picture a rhino in this state? Pretty funny, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, that was just a little bit of, I don't know. That part was just to show that her stance can go on any frame. All in all, in my opinion, she's better than Oberon. Well, definitely more fun. I don't know if she's, okay, she's more useful than Oberon too. Oberon has healing for him, that's about it, but Oberon's wife, if you want to call her that, is more useful than Oberon, in my opinion. So yeah, this review, it was a little long, granted, but I think it was worth it. It was needed to be said. Have fun with Titania. She is a fun frame. Have fun. Again, I'll post a link in the description below how to obtain her. So yeah, Later.